the tragic situation. This fellow should never have been allowed to run around unmonitored for as long as he was.
A crime that shook many of us to our core. He was not prepared to re-enter society.
There's no question that if Mordecai Black is released, he will hurt more people and he will kill more people.
Mordecai Black. So this is the man police say killed a veteran and a well-known over-the-Rhine business owner, Patrick Herringer. Earlier this month, police say he broke into his home and stabbed him to death. So this happened months after police say he slipped that ankle monitor off of his foot, meaning to be believed a dangerous criminal. He was living among us for months. The city never even knew he took it off. So now his widow, Sarah, she is fighting to make sure that his death was not in vain. She sat down with me earlier today at her and Patrick's gym. It's called Finley Movement, to talk about city leaders and their response, the changes she believes need to be made for all of us to make sure something like this never happens again.
Now, I would say that my worldview is dramatically different than it was a month ago.
I would imagine. Have you been back to your house?
I have not.
Will you go back there?
I don't plan on it.
Did you feel like it was unsafe before this happened? Because you were thinking about moving. So was it because of a safety thing, or you're thinking, I would just want to like change scenery?
It was both. I never thought that our safety would be compromised for whatever reason. You know, I just assumed that the violence would never be directed at us, and I don't know necessarily why I thought that. I always thought that it would probably be a wrong place, wrong time situation with any type of violence that would be received on my end.
Do you think that he ever thought anything like this would ever happen to him?
No, and I don't. I think if anyone thought that he would be the last person that this would happen to him, but you know, he's a very strong individual. He's combat trained.
I've seen pictures of him too. Yes. Big dude.
Yes, big, not a small guy. And is trained as far as hand-to-hand combat, even all of those things. Knows self-defense, and also was very friendly with everyone in the neighborhood. He tried to get to know everyone. He didn't ignore anyone. He didn't think he was better than anyone. And yeah, the last person that you would think would be a target of this kind of violence, or even someone who was capable of passing this way.
And you believe Patrick saved your life?
He did. He did save my life. The one thing that I can share is that I was being attacked, and he made sure that I got out alive.
What is the thing that gets you the most? Is it the mental illness factor? Is it the fact that you weren't notified? The fact that they had no idea that it was cut off? The fact that there could be many other people out there in the same situation?
I don't believe he's mentally ill. I believe he's a career criminal, and a violent one. There's so many parts that where there is a breakdown as far as communication of who is responsible for him when someone cuts off an ankle monitor. To my understanding, the parole board does not have to they have to put a warrant into the system, but they don't need to notify local authorities. It's not a very harsh penalty. The max he would have served for popping off his ankle bracelet would have been another 9 months, and they know that because it's not a felony, it's technically a misdemeanor. And so it's also raising that to be a harsher penalty, because while he was AWOL, he committed murder. There's a lot of different layers here. You need more police presence. You need police who feel like they can go and apprehend. I mean, we just talked about how there are 100 and some odd, I don't know the exact number, of people that are also in the same situation where they've popped off their ankle monitors. 52 of them have violent histories, and no one knows where they are. But we know that they are in Hamilton County somewhere. And so there needs to be a program or a commitment from the city to, you could start there, clean those people up. Get them off the streets. It's a multifaceted problem, and I think that's why it's important for people to know all of the angles of it to really be informed and educated on it. We can't just point the fingers and say, you know, the police don't do anything.
Sure, yeah, absolutely.
It's just the judges. It's, you know, why didn't someone apprehend this guy? The entire system needs to look at, and it's going to take a lot to reform all of that so it's a functioning machine, really.
So to be you got to be a squeaky wheel. That's what you're being right now. Where's going to be your focus? Because there's a lot.
Yes, there is a lot. I think the focus is getting the leadership of this city to have the awareness and to have the desire to fix these problems that I am not the only one who is aware of. That's really, it's holding them accountable to be the leaders that they have begged us to be. They went and worked for our votes. They're getting paid by our taxes. And so they work for us, and they need to be reminded of that, and they need to do their jobs.